or my good look at my shirt. But more importantly, or my good look at my laptop. It's finally here. I decided to wait a little bit before showing you because I wanted to get a feel for many of the features as I could. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Sega 9170. Alright, so it's finally here. So as you can tell, you may or may not be able to tell, on the front, on top we have a brushed aluminum finish here. You can kind of see the smudges, but it's not that big of a deal because it is pretty easy to clean off. And I mean, I don't use the back of my computer much. Let's start off by saying that this is not a small laptop, but it is not intended to be. It's intended to be a powerhouse, which it is. This thing has handled everything that I've thrown at it and then some. So it's definitely what I was looking for, because my last laptop was a piece of junk. This is more what I would consider a desktop replacement, but it is portable enough to where I can still bring it around. It's heavy. I want to say probably right around 8 to 10 pounds, so it's not light, but it's pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie. I've only experienced one lag on it within the 2 or 3 weeks that I've had it, and believe it or not, it was running Minecraft. But that was because I tried to use a crazy 512 by 512 texture pack, and if you have any idea what that is, then you'll know what I'm talking about. That's really neither here nor there. Just know that it's very graphically intensive. So inside of the laptop, you've got your standard touchpad here, click buttons, right, left mouse click, and then a fingerprint scanner, which is very convenient. I use it to log in instead of my 20 some odd character password. And then HDMI port, THX sound, and I opted for the i7. So I'm going to go ahead and read you off the specs that I pulled up over here, and I will put them in a text box floating hopefully somewhere around here so that you can take a look at it. So this obviously has a 17.3 inch display with a matte finish, which is awesome. Very pleased with that. It's very crisp and clear. It's got a terabyte hard drive at what's the RPM on it? I want to say somewhere around 5400. I wanted to say 52 for a reason. So 5400 RPM. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. Yes, it's innately overkill, but given that my last laptop was a piece of junk, I wanted to get something that was going to last a while. I also have the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 670 MX, which is not the best, but one of the higher end mobile GPUs. What other features do I have in here? I have the option to upgrade my GPU, my graphics card, which is one of the main reasons that I chose the 9170. I originally went with the 9130, and I noticed that I couldn't. I actually ordered it too. I noticed that I could not upgrade the graphics card, and I said, you know, it's worth it. It's worth the extra money. So I forked over an extra 200 bucks, and I got not only a 17-inch screen, but I got another hard drive slot as well, an upgradable GPU. So I can have a solid state drive, another hard drive if I feel like it, and I can also remove my optical drive to add a third hard drive, which I don't need. Let's see. It cost me $1,573 on the dot. It's not cheap, but for the specs that it has, it's actually a crazy awesome deal. I really do like how this is aluminum. It just adds a nice layer of premiumness to it. Gives it a more premium feel. So I've pretty much given you the base spec: 17-inch screen, 17.3 inch screen, 32 gigs of RAM, GTX 670 MX memory card, graphics card, excuse me, terabyte hard drive. I think I said that already too. One thing that I do want to show you is the monster of a power brick, and it's called a power brick for a good reason. This right here is your power cable, power brick. Look at that. Now, to give you some perspective, here's my Note 2. It's bigger than my Note 2. It's pretty big, but considering the output is, I should know this. Let's see, I'll just give you a view of it, see if you can find it. if I speak incorrectly here. I can't even find it here. The output's a lot, that's all I know. Oh, here we go, actually. 19.5 volts, so pretty intense, and you need a lot of power for a gaming laptop, especially for the upgradable GPU. Let's see what else we got here. I'm not big on benchmarking, I'll be honest with you, just because I think that everyday performance is more important than a number. But as far as, everyday performance, I have not had a single hiccup. I mean, it's not as fast booting up per se as a solid state drive, drive computer would be, but that's okay because I don't necessarily need that. And on the back, let's see. On the back we have HDMI port, power cable. There's one other thing on the back. Let's double check that for you. Honestly, I don't even know what that one is. AVG port, VGA port. On the sides you have your Ethernet port. Another port that I'm not even sure what it is really, but I'll figure it out and I'll throw it in a text box. USB 3.0, which is really fast, very nice. On the sides you have 3 USB ports, as well as a combination USB and something on the side. Can't make out what it is. eSATA, that's what it is. And then a 9-in-1 card reader as well on the left hand side. To your right, you have your pretty much typical audio jacks, and then another USB, I believe 2.0 jack or slot. Let's see what else here. It does use Onkyo speaker system, which surprisingly is very crisp. There are occasions where it's a little tinny, and those are the times where I'm not too crazy about it, but it's really not that bad all around. It's very clear. So, for every once in a while, I feel like it's just the song or something that I'm listening to. Generally, games have been very good as far as sound quality goes. The one questionable thing that they did here is that they put the microphone jack on the, not microphone jack, but the actual microphone right above the trackpad. And I'm really confused why they would do that, because if you think about it, when you're typing, you're clicking away, that's going to be picked up by this little microphone. Now granted, I'll be honest, I don't use it ever. I haven't used it once. If I do anything, I usually plug in a headset that I have. But that's a really weird decision, I honestly think. Your camera is a 2 megapixel webcam. I mean, pretty much standard. I don't really use webcams much. If you're buying this laptop, it's primarily a gaming laptop. You don't need webcams when you're gaming, let's be real here. So speaking of gaming, actually, this thing is phenomenal. I mean, you can ask any PC gamer, there's not many feelings that are more satisfying than when you install a game and it says, here, we're going to auto-detect the graphics settings for you. We've detected it at Ultra or Uber or, whatever the game's highest graphics setting is. It's a really satisfying feeling, and it does that and runs very smoothly. I mean, games like Skyrim, which aren't super graphically intense, I realize that they run without a hitch because it is a very large open world. Just Cause 2, again, beautiful. It uses PhysX with NVIDIA. Also games like Saints Row the Third. What else have I run? Bulletstorm was beautiful, actually. It was probably the best looking game that I've played yet. And I haven't delved into Crysis and stuff like that, which I will in due time. But again, those are games I can't think off the top of my head experience a frame rate drop, which is very impressive considering that this is a laptop. So that the GTX 670MX graphics card is nothing to sneeze at. The only thing that I've heard it can't run without frame rate drops on max setting, it was The Witcher 2, but that's still pretty impressive considering, according to what people have said, I could run Crysis 3 on max settings. So as far as things like Premiere, which is what I use to edit my videos, beautifully smooth, beautifully fast. It's just wonderful, and especially compared to my old laptop, which I said basically goes when I try to use it. It's just amazing. I can edit videos quickly. I can add stuff to them quickly. I can actually preview them. I had a real big issue with being able to preview my videos. I couldn't do it. So it's just wonderful being able to do that stuff to it. All in all, that's pretty much it for as far as the laptop goes. But if you have any questions about my laptop, please feel free to shoot me a question. You know, I'm more than happy to answer any of them you got. This thing is my baby. It's amazing. The glowing keyboard is just awesome. You can change it by hitting function and the button right above 8, which I'll show you in a minute here. And there's a bunch of different options there, so it's just super cool. Well, that's been a look at my Sega 9170, built on the Clevo something or another. It's just a rebranding kind of deal. But it's, like I said earlier, it's just an awesome laptop. I mean, it flies. If you've got any questions, please feel free to let me know. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope your fellow nerds out there kind of hope it's entertained you, because I'm always entertained by watching people seeing what their gaming rigs are. Because I mean, it is a pretty good gaming rig. I gotta give it that, and to be so portable, that's really impressive. And you know, granted, it's not gonna be as powerful as a desktop. You could probably get a desktop with equal specifications. I'm not for sure, but I would say $800 to $100 or $1,000, $800 to $1,000. So again, you pay a little more for the portability aspect of it, but it's worth it, I think, because I really, being a college student, I kind of need the portability. And again, I just threw random numbers out there, completely guessing. It could be more expensive, it could be less expensive. I don't know. Realistically, it's probably around $1,100 or $1,200. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it, because I certainly enjoyed showing you guys. If you got any questions, like I said, put them down below. Give me a like if you like my computer, because I like it. And I've got some cool videos coming up, so if you want to check those out, go ahead and subscribe. I'd like to get to the point where I can start reviewing phones, you know, that are being sent to me. I'm starting to get companies contacting me. And I really like to be able to, you know, review phones for you guys, because that's my ideal goal with this channel, is to be able to get, you know, the hot items and show you them. Because from, you know, average Joe's perspective, maybe not necessarily average Joe's, because I have more knowledge than an average Joe would, but just a typical consumer, you know, I'd really love to show you guys how you would use it, because that's more than likely how I use it. So I really want to be able to show you, you know, the things, different phones, different features of them and stuff like that. I really like to be able to show you that. So if you could help me out in that process, I would appreciate it so much. Thanks for watching, guys. Once again, Peter signing off. Peace out.